All right, there we go. Thanks everybody for coming. This is the webinar for how to get Amazon, Dell, and Walmart business credit cards without a personal guarantee. All right, we're just gonna, without further ado, we're just gonna bring up my screen and get this thing popping. Share screen, bam. Okay. Share screen 3, or we're gonna share screen 2. Like that. And then okay, y'all bear with me. Peaches, let me see what that looks like. Okay. Y'all bear with me today because I had cataract surgery today. So now I got one eye that is recuperating. Okay. Okay, thanks for everybody for coming. This is businesscreditbuilder.us LLC. And we're gonna go over how to get Amazon, Dell, and Walmart business credit cards without a personal guarantee. My name is Noel A. Booker Sr. I'm the CEO at businesscreditbuilder.us LLC. And you see my contact information there. I gotta mute the people, okay. All right, so we got my contact information, and we got 2 buttons at the bottom. How to get a free guide on how to build business credit. You just go to my website there, /free guide. And I'm gonna give you a few websites, and it's gonna be ending in slow free guide. Also, there's another button called free business credit consultation. And that's the button that you go to talk to me about the business credit programs I offer, okay? And if you just wanna consult about where your business is, where you need to go, and we figure out a plan on how to get there, okay? The slides that I have for this presentation is longer than an hour. So I'm gonna go through this really fast, all right? And also, just so you know, at 7 o'clock, at the top of the hour, we start a new webinar called How to Get $250,000 in Business Credit for Your EIN, okay? And that one we go into way more detail than we will in this one, all right? Okay, so let's continue. We're gonna go through here real fast, okay? All righty. Business credit. Business credit is credit you get in your company name. This credit is linked to your EIN, not your social. Since there's no link to your social, there's no personal credit check to get approved. You can also get most business credit without a business owner supplying a personal guarantee. Okay, business credit benefits. No link to your consumer credit. So no personal credit check is required, and accounts don't report to the consumer agencies. No personal guarantee is needed in most cases. Credit limits are 10 to 100 times higher than with consumer credit. You can build business credit and get a good score fast with business credit. Having business credit increases the value of your company. And you won't need financials or collateral for approval in order to build business credit. Okay, getting started, choose your name. Okay, I'm gonna run through this real fast. So the basic premise for this page is you need a business name in which you register at the
I'm on mute.
Secretary of State at the state that you live in. Does someone have a question? All right. All right, cool. All right, so make sure you get your business name at the Secretary of State for the state that you reside in. In Georgia, it costs $100. In Florida, I think it costs about $235, and New York costs about $250, and California, I think it costs about $800. So every state handles registering business names differently. Okay. It's very important that you use your exact business legal name, your full business name. Okay. That's one of the most important things. Anytime you use your business name, it has to be spelled exactly, and the address has to be spelled exactly how it is on your certificate that you get when you registered your name at the Secretary of State. Okay. Entity. When you select your name, this is what you need to know. When you select your name, they're going to ask you to select an entity. And in order to keep your personal liability separate from your business liability, you must choose an LLC, which is also called the Limited Liability Corporation, or a corporation. If you choose proprietorship or a partnership, then you are personally liable for whatever that business does. Okay? Okay. EIN number. Most of you should already know what an EIN number is, but I'm going to tell you what you need to know. What you need to know is you need an EIN number to build business credit. And the other thing you need to know is it's free. So do not pay for your EIN number. You go to irs.gov, takes about 15 minutes, and you get your EIN number, Johnny, on the spot. Okay? You need a bank account. All right? You need a bank account, a business bank account. Okay? So once you got your certificate from the Secretary of State and your EIN number, then you can get a bank account. You just bring in your ID. Okay? Yeah, we're gonna skip over that stuff. I'm gonna go in more detail in the next one at 7:00. But I'm telling you what you need to know. All right. All right. Setting up your address. Okay, this is important. I can't skip to this part too quickly because I want to make sure you get this part right. All right. There's 3 options for selecting your business address. The 3 options are a brick and mortar, a virtual address, and the home address. Those are the only 3 options. Okay. You know what the brick and mortar is. That's pretty expensive, right? So that's understandable. Not everybody can do a brick and mortar starting their business, or even while you're in business. Those things are pretty expensive to have a storefront, right? So the second option is a virtual office, right? So the virtual office, there are many companies in every city that um okay. There are virtual office companies in every city all over the world, and they can offer you a virtual business address for as low as $50 per month. Okay. They also offer other services like they'll open your mail, email it to you, and also they'll rent you an office space in their building. And when you have an office space, then you have access to um, their break rooms, their meeting rooms and stuff like that. And they have a nice receptionist with a nice lobby and makes your business look all professional, all right? And I have a go-to for you on that. And the third option is your home address. Now, the home address is on the Fox Business Network. One day after the president's personal lawyer. Who's that? So, oh, y'all mute your mics. Okay, so the home office is the last resort, and the reason why it's the last resort is because creditors and lenders do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible. But nowadays, they do think that some home-based businesses can be credible. Now, you have to think that these lenders and creditors, all they know is that they just want their money back, right? That's all they want to know. Are they going to get their money back, right? So they're looking at this home-based businesses thing on a case-by-case basis. So this is how they're thinking. Okay, so let's say you're a hairstylist working from home. Okay, well, maybe you might be able to pay that bill doing hair at the house, okay? But let's say that you're a trucking company. Well, maybe you can't keep all of those trucks at the house, okay? So they're trying to think to themselves, does this make sense, okay? And also, what's good to note is that on your Dun & Bradstreet credit report, there is a Google Maps picture of your residence, okay? So they know where you're at. They're looking right at you, all right? So that's what you need to know about the addresses, right? You cannot use a P.O. box and you cannot use a UPS address, okay? The reason why is when you have when you got this application, there's nothing but fields on the application. And each field, they're asking you to put something in, they're actually doing something, okay? So on the address part, they're looking up a database of all P.O. boxes and all UPS addresses. And if your address matches up to one of them, they can deny you and they don't have to tell you why they denied you, okay? In the consumer world, you know, you have to give them permission to look at your credit report. And if they deny you, they have to tell you why. That's not the case with business. They can look at your credit report anytime. And they don't have to tell you why they deny you, okay? So that's important to know about your business address. You got a question? A passcode. Oh, for you? A passcode? Oh, shucks. Okay. Okay, so where are we? When applying for your business credit, use your physical address. Yep. So we talked about all the address options, right? The address options are brick and mortar, virtual address, home address, can't use a P.O. box, cannot use a UPS address. This is my go-to for virtual address. You can get a virtual address at Da Vinci virtual offices, and they will give you a virtual address for your business for $50 a month. If you go to my website, I have instructions on how to purchase this item. You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, and there is explicit instruction on how to order your business address. Okay, there's a telephone number, there's a person to call, and there's instructions, the verbiage on what product to order. Okay, make sure you do this right the first time. All right, so you don't have to go back. All right, and this is very important if you choose the virtual office address solution. Okay, setting up your business phone. This is one of the requirements for building business credit. You got to do this. Okay, You shouldn't use a personal home phone or cell phone on your applications. You should not. The reason why is that on the application, the field where you put the telephone number in, they're looking up a database of all home telephone numbers and all cell phone numbers. Okay? And if you come up on that list, they deny you and they don't have to tell you why. So, what you do need is a local telephone number that is listed with the National 411 directory. Okay? This is required to build business credit. You got to have this. Okay? There's no way around it. Okay? Okay, this is my go-to for getting the local telephone numbers. Any one of these companies will help you. Freedom Voice, Vonage, or Ring Central. Okay, that's Freedom Voice, Vonage, or Ring Central. My go-to is Freedom Voice. Okay, Freedom Voice will give you a local telephone number for $9.99 per month, and they will list it to the National 411 directory for $3 per month. Okay, and they will also give you a fax number and a 800 number for under $20 a month. Vonage and Ring Central, they're gonna start you out at $25 a month. Okay, so I did the research for you already. All right. Okay, email and website. You definitely need an email, a business email, and you definitely need a website. You will get denied for business credit not having a website. Okay, and what they do is this. Sometimes they will research your company and make sure you're, to make sure you're legitimate, and they will go to Google and put your business name in. Okay, and when they find your company, and you hope that they find your company, and when they find your company, they're going to go straight to the contact page. They're going to skip over that home page. Okay, they're going to go straight to the contact page, and what they're going to look at is the business name, the telephone number, and the address, and they're going to make sure that that information is what you put on the application. All right, that's one of their checks and balances. Okay, now the email, you need to have a business email, and the business email should have the same URL as your website. So your email should be your first name at yourcompanyname.com, or your first name, last name, something like that. You know what I mean? This simple stuff, right? This simple stuff. But you got to know this stuff, okay? Because it will get you denied, because they don't want to see you using a free email service doing business. Okay, so they could think that could be anybody, but this is my business and I'm communicating with my business email. That's what they want to see, right? Common sense stuff, yo. All right. Okay, licensing and listings. Basically, it is the deal. If your company needs to have a license to operate, then make sure you got a license, right? Now, most people got the license, but the most common mistake in building business credit is that people have their license set up, but they have an old address on that license. So you have to make sure all this information is updated and kept correct. That it's all lining up correctly, okay? Misinformation on basic stuff like this will get you denied, because they're looking at fraud type of situations, right? So you got to have this stuff lined up, people. All right, line that up correctly. Okay. Your DUNS number. You got to get a DUNS number, right? You have to apply for a DUNS number. Once you got all of this stuff I just mentioned set up, and your business is set up properly, then you go into to Dun & Bradstreet, and you get your DUNS number. A DUNS number is a number that at Dun & Bradstreet that identifies your business directly related to the address. Okay, and you need a DUNS number to build business credit. There's no way around it. Okay. All right, and you can go to my website. Let me see if it's on here. No, but that's the Dun & Bradstreet website. But at my website at /reports, there's an icon for Dun & Bradstreet. You click that, and it'll take you to a place where you can put your business name in and address, and you can find out if they have a DUNS number for you already. And if they don't, then it'll be self-explanatory on how to apply for your own DUNS number. Okay. Okay, grab your business credit reports. Okay, so go get this DUNS number, right? That's the starting process. But basically what I want to tell you is that you have to have access to your business credit reports. The reason why is because, one, when you build business credit, it's all about getting a vendor and making payments to this vendor. And that vendor sends a report to the business credit reporting agencies. Well, you want to look at your business credit report so that you make sure that they are sending the right information and they're sending it timely. Because this is the basis, this is the blueprint. Your business credit report is the blueprint for building business credit, okay? So it's important that you have access to your business credit reports, okay? The other reason why, just more common sense stuff, right? Because when you fill out an application and you say that you're a business, they're gonna look at your business credit reports. They do not have to ask you permission. They will look at your business credit reports. So you want to look at your business credit reports before they do. Just common sense stuff, right? Okay. Let me say one more thing about the business credit reports. So each of these companies, there are three major companies that can provide you a business credit report. The three major companies are Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Okay. Each one of these companies will charge you about $100 per month to access your business credit report. So we save you money. My company saves you money by offering you a product through NAV that you can get all three reports for $25 per month. Okay. So that's a good hookup right there, right? Okay. All right, that's business credit report. Okay, so make sure you get vendor accounts first. All right. Now that we went through setting up your business, and now you understand the importance of your business credit reports. The next step is, and now that I mentioned steps, I just want to make sure you know that building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. You cannot skip steps, right? Okay, so the next step that we are coming on is actually building up your business credit, okay? And we do that by getting vendor accounts first, okay? Now, what you need to know is that this process right here is not so easy because we have to go find vendors that's going to give us credit when we have no credit. And you know that's hard already, right? The next thing is that they have to report to the business credit reporting agencies. And only 10% of all businesses report to the business credit reporting agencies because they're under high scrutiny to even be able to report, okay? So it's hard to find companies that report, okay? And also these vendor accounts that I'm talking about, I also refer to them as net 30 accounts. Net 30 accounts. Okay. What's this? Okay. All right. So these net 30 accounts, right? That means that they'll give you a little bit of credit. And when you buy something, you have to pay the full balance in 30 days. Okay. See, Cassandra had a question. Is PayPal a vendor account? No. PayPal is not a vendor account. Okay. I'm gonna give you an example of one though. All right. Thank you for asking that question. All right. Okay. Where are we? Get vendor accounts first. Okay. So starting business credit is similar to starting your consumer report, right? You get a little bit of credit, you pay on it, and then you build up credit, right? So we're going to find these net 30 accounts. So if there's a vendor that you want to talk to and see if they're going to be a good deal, then you would call them, and first you got to ask them. The most important question is, do you report to the business credit reporting agencies? Or you could ask them, do you report? And they'll say, yeah. And then who do you report to? The answer to that question is they got to say these three: Dun & Bradstreet, Business Experience, or Equifax Commercial. Those are the three main business reporting agencies. If they don't report there, they're not helping you build business credit. Now, if they give you an account on credit and they're not reporting, you can use them still as a reference for good payment history, all right? But they're not reporting, okay? So in the process that we're at right now, our main goal is to get vendors that's gonna report, because now we're creating our business credit profile, okay? And this is how you create the business credit profile. First, you gotta set up your business right. Then you got to get that DUNS number, and then you set up these vendor accounts. If you skip a step, you will be stumbling. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you'll stumble and won't be able to get back up. You can do this, but I'm just giving you the streamline without the stumbles. All right. All right. So here goes some starter vendors. All right. You need these starter vendors, right? So, Strategic Network Solutions. This is a company that I use every single time I start building business credit for a company. All right. This is the first place I'm going without question, because they give you $1,000 credit just because you have an EIN number and your telephone number is listed with the 411 National Directory. I didn't told you how to do that already. All right. So they're going to give you $1,000 off the rip. In case you don't know what that means right away. Okay. Right away. So now, when I got my account at Strategic Network Solutions, I found out that they only offer digital products on net 30 terms. Okay. Which means I had to look through their digital products and figure out which one is best for me. So when I looked through there, the one that was best for me was this thing called the Web Root, right? Web Root. It's a virus protection program. Okay, virus protection. I downloaded it on my computer. 2 weeks later, I paid it, and boom. That's a quick and easy trade line. Okay? So you have to think these net 30 accounts are not usually selling things that we normally buy. But we have to stay focused on the goal at hand is getting a trade line on my credit reports. All right? That's the goal here. So sometimes you're gonna have to go through some loops and hoops to get to that trade line. Okay? And that's one of the loops and hoops right there. Going through these digital products, trying to figure out how not to waste no money to get this trade line, right? All right. Here goes another one. LaughlinUSA.com. All right. That's a good starter vendor. All right. Laughlin Associates. And also you can go to my website, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, and you'll see the strategic network solutions. There'll be a promo code there, and you can order straight off that, right? There's also on there another company called Summa Office Supplies. They're owned by the same people by Strategic Network Solutions. And those are two vendors right there that are really good to start business credit. And the Summa Office Supplies also has a promo code, all right? So you go to my website, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, okay? All right, Quill. Quill is a good startup one, but this is what I know about Quill. See, vendors change their requirements all the time. And Quill recently changed their requirements to get a net 30. Actually, they're not even offering net 30s right now because of COVID, okay? So what happened with the COVID situation is that a lot of businesses had these net 30 accounts, and then they shut down everything back in March, right? And now they're strapped for cash. So they used up all their credit and not paying them, and now that affects these new accounts. So now they don't offer net 30s right now, but maybe next year, you know, when things bounce back, they'll be back. But it's a good account. But I would go check just to make sure, because that's a good account to have right there. They sell office supplies. Gimplers is also a good one. Gimplers, yeah, that's a good one for a startup vendor. Uline is a good startup vendor, all right? The thing to know about Uline is that they sell janitorial supplies, food service supplies. I got a client that buys these little bags because he sells t-shirts, right? So he gets the bags from Uline to put his t-shirts in and make a presentation for retail like that. So they're a good one. But what you need to know about Uline is that if you don't have any trade lines and they look at your credit report, then they're going to tell you to make a few purchases first. Okay. So I wouldn't do Uline until I got something that I know is on my credit report. Okay. Remember, you'll need a total of 5 vendor accounts to start getting store credit. So the goal with these net 30 accounts is to get 5 of them. 5 net 30 accounts. So that you can go to the next step. You can't skip steps now. This step requires 5 power moves. 5 net 30 accounts. Preferably 3 at Dun & Bradstreet and 2 that report to Experian. And when you get these accounts, you ask them, who do you report to? You need to know who they report to, because later on down the line, you're going to try to figure out that you got all your trade lines on there, and the credit report does not name the company. So you're going to have to go through a process of elimination to figure out if a vendor did not report. So when you get all these accounts, make sure you ask and know who they report to, okay? Do not use your social security number when applying. A lot of them will ask you. These applications will have a spot to put your social. You leave that blank. You put your EIN number in the spot that says EIN number. There's no law that requires that you put your social in that social spot. There is a law that says you cannot put anything other than your social there. So just leave that blank. Leave the social security number blank, and you put your EIN number in the appropriate spot. If you have an application and there's a place for the social and there's no place for the EIN number, you have the wrong application, okay? Simple stuff here. Okay. Vendor accounts. Okay. Okay. Now we go to the part that you could get revolving store accounts, okay? This is where you want to be at, all right? Revolving store accounts. But remember, each step is needed for the next step. You can't just skip to this part right here. You can't skip the steps I just told you to get to this part. It's not going to work like that, all right? But this is where you want to be, okay? Once you have 5 payment experiences reporting on your credit report, next you can start to secure revolving store credit cards for your EIN. Keep in mind, all applications will ask for your social, but do not provide your social on the application. If you supply your social, they will pull your personal credit, all right? Okay. What you need to know here is all of these companies do provide business credit. Staples, Office Depot, Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, Walmart, Sam's Club, Radio Shack, Best Buy, BP, Chevron, Amazon, Shell, and a whole bunch of other stores offer a business credit, but they don't advertise that they do because they're not going to offer you business credit when you're going to put your social on there. Okay, so you just got to know not to put your social, put your EIN, all right? But these companies here, they require that you have credit already. So that's why you can't skip there. They're going to deny you if you have nothing on your credit report, all right? And see, some businesses, this is all they need to get to this part right here, all right? Now, some of these businesses also require that you be in business a certain amount of time, all right? In my system, when you buy into my system, we let you know what all the requirements are before you apply. So Dell, they sell computers and computer accessories. They report to Dun& Bradstreet. Dell's looking for a 75 paydex score or higher. And the paydex score is the business credit score at Dun & Bradstreet, okay? A 70 paydex score is lendable, but I try to get my clients up to 80 paydex score, okay? But Dell, they only require that you have a 75 paydex score, okay? So you can get approved. You'll need to have, what is this saying? You need to have your vendor accounts reporting, have an established profile and score with Dun & Bradstreet, and have paid your bills on time. All right? Boom. That's Dell. You should also, okay, we only got a few more minutes before we have to get out of here. Okay, so you should also be in business for 6 months. All right? All right, so that's what you need to know about Dell. Okay? Amazon, Amazon.com, online shopping, including books and much more. They report to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. So this is like a real good account to have because they report to all three major business credit reporting agencies. Okay. To get approved with no personal guarantee, you must have an EIN number and be in business for 3 years. Okay. And I think they are strict on that 3-year requirement. Okay. But you can get approved not being in business for 3 years, depending on the quality of your business credit profile. Okay. So if they look at your business credit profile, they may waive that 3-year thing if you got a whole bunch of trade lines, paying on time. Okay. If you're a new business and you have little or no payment experience, they'll ask you for a PG, personal guarantee. Okay. That's what you need to know about Amazon. Let's talk about Walmart. Walmart is the retail mega store. And they report to Experian or Equifax. Sometimes these companies will give you an option which one that they report to, something like that. Anyway, to get approved, you should have business credit established with both Dun & Bradstreet and Equifax. Okay, your paydex with Dun & Bradstreet should be 75 or higher, reflecting you pay your bills on time. If you have enough multiple paid as agreed business accounts reporting, you should get approved without a personal guarantee. Okay, so they want you to have some credit. They want to see a consistent pattern of you paying on time. Okay. Okay. Get revolving. Okay. Once you have 10 payment experiences reporting on your business bureaus, then you can start getting cash credit cards. That's the Visa, American Express, MasterCard type cards. Okay. So we went through all of that for Amazon, Dell, and Walmart. Does anybody have any questions? This is how you can contact me if you want to look more into building your business credit. You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult and get a free business credit consultation. All right. So we're gonna at the top of the hour, we're gonna start another webinar called How to Get $250,000 in Business Credit for your EIN, not linked to your social security number, and easily access business loans and credit lines. And now I open the mic or the chat room for questions. What do we have here? We got something over here. Okay. I see somebody answering questions because they knew the answer. Okay, it's PayPal. I heard Quill is a vendor, but not sure. I answered that about the Quill, April, right? So you got that information about the Quill. From my understanding, right now, they do not offer net 30 accounts, all right? But keep checking with them because these companies change their requirements monthly, okay? What else we got? What is the third reporting agency? All right, we went over that, right? Cool. You know the 3 reporting agencies. Janine got that. Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. We should be doing extra credit for people like that, right? What else we got? I signed up with Da Vinci and 411 listing. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks. Okay, the Quill situation. April's following the steps, step by step. Do not skip a step. You know the deal, April. Okay. What was the name of the companies that offer net 30 accounts? Okay, the first two I deal with is Strategic Network Solutions and Summa Office Supplies. You can go to my website and get the promo code for both of these. businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors. All right. Okay. Yeah, April's in there. All right. Any more questions? Bet. What we're going to do right now is we're going to shut this webinar down. And you should be able to use the same link, okay, to get into the next one. All right. But that's it for this time. All right. Schedule your free business credit consultation. Make sure that if you're watching this on any other social media platforms, that you click that like button, the subscribe buttons, and all of that type of stuff. Y'all know the deal. Run the follows. All right. All right. Thank everybody for coming. I appreciate you. Signing out from businesscreditbuilder.us. Talk to y'all at the next webinar. Peace. Yeah, man, and that's how we do that right there. Yeah, that's how we do it. All right, let's get ready for this next joint. Where's my mouse thingy? I can't hardly see because I told you I just had this operation. Where's you at? Oh, there you go. I see you now. We stop the share. All right. Everybody good? All right, April. Talk to you later. All right. Word up. Who's that? I can hardly see. Sean Dell on point. You know what? Sean Dell, I used to have a hip hop. I used to have the first hip hop publication in Atlanta called On Point Newsletter. You know how we do. All right. All right. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one. See y'all in the next webinar and all that stuff. You can get Eve. You can get the recordings of this on my YouTube channel, which you can find at my website. Go to my website and there'll be a YouTube button up there. All right. But this one will probably be on up there tomorrow. Okay. All right, Cassandra in the building. Eve, no doubt. All right, everybody, y'all have a good one. We're getting ready to crank up this next one, and we're 3 minutes behind schedule. So let me get popping. All right, bet. Right now, I believe you're gonna be able to use the same link. Okay. I believe you're gonna be able to use the same link. Passcode? It shouldn't have a passcode. Oh, let me reboot this whole thing, and I'm gonna give you the link right now. Hold on. I'm gonna reboot this whole thing, and then this link is gonna work. Hold on. Let's see. Shucks, I can't get it. All right. I can't access it right now. But just try, and if not, call me. In the next 5 minutes, if you call me, I'll make sure you got the link. All right? Bet y'all got the numbers, right? All right, bet. Let me get this thing popping.